is Normatico here, and welcome to Secondhand Blasters. G-Rex is joining me in this video today as we actually review the Easy Fire by Air Warriors. Now, this is actually a recent release by Air Warriors. This retails normally for $19.99. I believe I've only seen it at Target. This is at the tail end of what I would consider a value blaster. And of course, I did not pay the full price for this one. I actually was able to find this off of someone on Mercari that was selling it for only $15 with free shipping. So I said, deal. So that is about 25% off. I'll take it, especially for a blaster that hasn't been on the shelves for more than 2 months now. I have actually been looking forward to getting this blaster only because of the fact that it includes an interesting slamfire gimmick. And every single time I've gone to Target, I'm like, it's $19.99, but there's something else that I want, so I've left it on the shelf. But when I saw the price drop, I said, I gotta get this. It does come with actually 2 magazines. We only have the 1 magazine in right now. The other magazine, it is off camera. And it does come fully loaded with a full complement of darts. I believe that these are 12-round magazines. I believe, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, 12-round magazines. So it does come with around 24 darts. These are the Air Warrior soft tip darts. They're a little bit different than their traditional darts that they used to sell before. Now, the way that the slamfire mechanism works is that you are supposed to be able to pull on this bar to prime, which it also serves as a targeting sight as well. Now, when you slamfire, you just hold the trigger down and you just keep on pulling this. Me, personally, I don't know how that's going to work, especially if you're trying to aim at the same time. But I brought G-Rex here involved because I want him to see if he actually enjoys playing with this, because I'll be honest with you, this blaster, the way that it's priced, it seems like it would be more younger child-friendly than adult-friendly. Some of the features that it does have the attachment point back here, and it does have a stock that you actually just pull on and it extends. Now, my only issue with this extendable stock is the following. Enough pressure, it collapses on itself, which is not really good. I wish that it would actually hold stronger, but let's actually not extend it out all the way, and it does the same thing. That is not even 5 pounds of pressure up against my shoulder. So the collapsible stock, not the best thing, not the best feature. They do say that it can get up to 100 feet. While we're out here today, we're going to do a distance test, and I'm also going to do a chronograph test, as well as display just how the slamfire works. So, G-Rex, would you mind stepping away while we do the distance test real quick? Angled shot. Straight shot. We're going to do one more straight shot only because of the fact that that one curved way to the left. Yeah, let's try this again. I'm going to do a quick dart recovery, then we'll be back with those numbers, and then we're going to see just how the slamfire works. Okay, so after the dart recovery, I discovered that a couple of things. First of all, these are not 12-round magazines. These are 14-round magazines, which is kind of an odd number. Usually I'm used to either 12, 10, or 15, maybe even 18, not necessarily 14. That's an interesting number for a magazine, but whatever. Now, I will tell you that the straight shots that we did, we got a varied range from 45 all the way to 55 feet. And then when we got the angled shot, we only got up to 80 feet. I tested that, and we were shooting into the wind. I went ahead and actually went to the other side and shot with the wind, and we got 85 to 90 feet. So I'm going to tell you right now, this is not going to hit the 100 feet. I did multiple tests, and yeah, I don't think this is going to be hitting that 100-foot mark necessarily. Maybe with a stronger wind, maybe with fresh darts. Again, this is a secondhand blaster. It is not new out of the box. So I don't know what the previous owner did. It does look to be in prime condition, but who knows? So up next, we're going to go ahead and show you how to do the slamfire with this thing. I think it's a pretty cool little gimmick. But first, loading up the magazine, of course, you do have the mag release here. You just slip that in. You do have to make sure that this handle is pulled back in order for that to clip into place. And then once you do that, you just close. It is already primed and ready to do the initial fire. So let's go ahead and do the slam fire, how it tests out. I would actually do the slam fire, kind of like this. And that's how I would do the slam fire. But again, you're not really aiming with this because of the fact that since you're doing that slam fire, this actually moves the blaster a little bit. So you're gonna have a little bit of a shaky grip on this. So I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. But again, when you're doing slam fire, naturally you'd be doing like this anyways. So the friction would automatically cause the blaster to move, so your aim's gonna be a little bit off. The purpose of slam fire is not precision firing. It is straight up just bombarding your enemy with a barrage of darts. So we're gonna go ahead and actually switch out magazines, and we're gonna see how G-Rex can actually handle this slam fire, because again, he is the target demographic for this blaster. G-Rex, come on up here, buddy. Why do you go ahead Looks like you have a jam. All right. All right, so as you can see, with the slam fire, this thing does have the potential to jam. Actually, when I did the slam fire, we jammed a little bit as well. And here, he has 3 darts left. I had about 4 left before it actually started jamming. We're gonna go ahead and actually see if we can continue with these darts here. We got rid of those 3 darts. So you do have to be careful when you are doing the slam fire, because again, the darts might jam up, they might not all come out, and you're like, oh, I have no more darts left. But because of how deep this mag well is, you do have some darts left in there. So be careful with that. G-Rex, what did you think about the slam fire? Did you enjoy it?
Well,
was it fun?
yes, but it felt like this was gonna start like breaking off. And
Okay.
I was doing it too hard.
Because you were doing it too hard, right?
Yeah.
There you have it from the mouth of a child. So he feels that this is going to break by doing it too hard. And I'll be honest with you, this is actually a pretty solid piece of plastic. However, what could have fixed this would have been, had this been reinforced with some metal on the inside. I do not see any metal reinforcement except for the bar that actually connects these 3 handles. These 2, and then this one right here that's connected to the mechanism. So naturally, if these break, I believe that the main priming mechanism is this centerpiece right here. So you could technically just pull that out if you needed to. But again, that is what it's made for. It does feel solid, but it also feels like if you pull too hard on this, that it might break. And, you know, $19.99, you can easily replace this blaster, but you shouldn't have to, especially when this is the actual gimmick. So we're going to go and recover those darts. We're going to actually now do a chronograph test, followed with an accuracy test. And then we'll be back with our final thoughts. And now it is time for the indoor accuracy test with the Air Warriors Easy Fire. We are aiming for the targets in that basket over there. Let me see if I can actually, there we go. I guess it's funny because I'm aiming a completely different way, but to get it on camera, I have to go this way. Anyways, so we're actually going to be aiming for those targets over there. Truth be told, at this distance, there is really not a way for me to actually get inside the bullseye areas of those smaller targets. Just understand there are points marked there. As long as I hit the basket, that's going to show if this is accurate, because I'm about 30 feet away and those are more made for like 10 feet. Yes. So out of the 14 rounds, I can tell you straight up that about 5 of them did not hit the target. However, I do know that when I actually put those darts into this magazine, that not all of them were in the best condition. So I'm gonna say that those missed because of that, especially the one that completely veered to the right and actually hit that wall instead of hitting the back wall there. All of the rest of them pretty much hit within that target zone of that basket, with the exception of 3, one that actually hit the door to the right, one that hit below the target area but still in the center spot, and then one that hit a little bit to the left on the other actual door. So all in all, I'd say that this blaster is pretty accurate. Not the most accurate blaster out there, however, way better than most of the standard Nerf fares. So, excellent. Up next, we're actually going to do the final thoughts on this blaster. Okay, so here are our final thoughts regarding the Easy Fire. G-Rex, what do you think about this blaster? How fun is it?
It's pretty fun, but I don't like that the stock, as soon as a lot of pressure is applied to it, it just like goes
It collapses?
Back. Yeah, it collapses.
Yeah. All right.
And then you have the priming handle, which when you try to slam fire, it kind of jerks it a bit, so you can't, so you might miss.
Okay.
So you can't really aim with it.
All right. But now here's the question. Is this a fun blaster to use if you're
Yes.
just running around and you're just having fun
Yeah.
with it?
Yeah.
Which, I'll be honest with you, in spite of its flaws, this blaster, it is fun. The slam fire mechanism, you know, again, I don't like the fact that it's just plastic. There should be a little bit more reinforcement here. However, I think it is fun, and that is what this is about, having fun. So for $19.99, again, I recommend picking it up personally. If you can actually find a deal on it, even better. I will tell you that these darts, they're very similar to the ones that you actually get from the Zuru skins, so they are pretty quality darts. The aim that went far left, I'm going to be honest with you, unfortunately, we are dealing with Ohio in the fall, so there are going to be wind gusts all over the place. Nothing I can do about that. Regarding the accuracy, indoors, this thing is a pretty accurate blaster, as long as you're not doing the slam fire, because again, you're going to be moving around with that mechanism how it is. So definitely a buy on this one. Is it for an 8-year-old? Because it is marketed for 8 and up. G-Rex is 10, and he says yes. So they're going to have fun with this because it's a lot of motion. You know, there's a lot of interaction with this blaster, so it is definitely cool. Is this something that you take to an actual competition of like HVC?
Probably not.
Probably not. Exactly. Only because, again, you're...
Unless-
Go ahead.
Unless you find a way to modify it.
I'm raising him right. So anyways, but when it comes to indoor play with kids, absolutely. Even in a backyard, that might be fine. This is not something that you're going to take into an HVC situation. Again, you really don't want something with only 14 rounds with this, because once you're out of rounds in HVC, you become a zombie, and what's the fun in that? So, I wanted to go ahead and thank you all for watching Secondhand Blasters. I do want to remind you all that we are about to be doing a giveaway once we hit 200 subscribers. We are very close to that number, so go ahead and actually give a like, give a share, comment what you think about the Easy Fire, and if you have any blasters that you want me to review, please go ahead and leave a comment, let me know, email me, and if I have it in my inventory, which I probably do, I will go ahead and actually do that review. Until next time, keep on blasting.